your last name properly,
Yep.
to talk
David.
about the Player of the Year awards.
Yeah, so we've got the Player of the Year night on Monday at 7:30 until 9 o'clock. It is a free event, and it'll just be streamed just like the City Live before the matches. So you can join through Facebook or the website. But it should be a lot of fun. We also are doing a raffle, and you guys have helped a lot already, but there's some really good prizes. So the starting raffle tickets are $20, so they're a little bit more expensive, but the prizes are more valuable. So you could win a $300 Puma voucher. You could win the match ball from the grand final, signed by all the players. A couple match worn jerseys worn during the grand final that will be signed by the players. So there's some really cool prizes, and for $20, you could win one of those items. So if you want to participate in that, the raffle site's not up yet, but just keep an eye out, and that will be something. And then we'll draw the raffle winners on Monday. So that's it.
So again, guys, I have been to these before. They were a really fun night. First time ever we're going to be doing it virtually. So please do get involved with that, and it should be a really good night and fun night as well. Just before I hand off to Abraham, a shout out to Cedar also. They have put up a link which I believe Sheridan can share for us now. That they have a signed Melbourne City top from this season that they are raffling off as well to raise funds for the Citizens for Recovery. So I say thank you to Cedar as well for that. Abraham, the YouTube link.
Thanks, Blake. Before I start off, I would like to welcome some new faces. Amelia, Akram, thanks for coming back. It's been a while. And Abubakar and Chloe, it's good to see you as well. I think it's been a while since the last program. But welcome to everyone who's joined us in again. Should be another good night and it should be fun. I would like to introduce our CITC YouTube account. We've had a few people subscribe. Hi, Jesse. Hey, Jesse. How are you? We've got so we've got our new YouTube account. So we're going to be sharing all our content on there, the Young Leader videos, our cooking, our videos, all content on there. I've uploaded a few videos over the past few nights, and I would like to share the Young Leaders Virtual Summit, which we did 2 months ago. Let me just share it up on my screen. But I've also shared a link on the group chat in case you guys wanted to watch it on there, in case it lags on here. Let me just get it up. All right, guys, can you see that? That's our new YouTube account, so please subscribe, give us a following, watch some videos, give us a like. I would like to play the Young Leaders Virtual Summit now. Can you guys all see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just loading on my end.
Yeah, it's just buffering at the moment.
As I've mentioned, use the link on the chat that I've shared with you guys in case it.
I've also shared it on the chat as well. So I'll be right at the bottom, guys.
Give me a second. All right, let's see if this works.
So as you can see there, guys, Annabelle started off in as a young leader here in Melbourne, and was fortunate enough to work in the city community for Melbourne, and then got the opportunity to go over to Manchester and work with the city community over there. I'm now going to pass off to Abdi, who's going to introduce the next little bit for us. Abdi?
Yeah. Now we're gonna move on to the Kahoot. So everyone just get into Kahoot and log into that pin when you're ready. We're gonna start.
Are we doing this Kahoot?
Yes.
Yeah. Use the code off there.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna get my Google open. We're doing a Kahoot then.
Maybe we could find ways to call time out and keep busy returns for candidates. But if they do,
4868.
Children's Annabelle can start to reduce fever in just 15 minutes. Together, let's rethink care.
Invest with Latrobe Financial, Australia's multi-award-winning wealth manager, returning a current variable rate of 4.5% reviewed monthly on a 12-month investment. Make your money work harder for you. Call 13 80 10.
Oh wow, that's a low price. Yes, it's a low price. Low price.
Don't rise.
Low price.
Ah, that's a low price.
That's what I said.
Almost there, 17 players. I think we're just waiting on a few more.
Today we'll be offering
Got 18.
Okay.
Missing. Well, that's here somewhere.
Right, only 13 more hours to go. New M&M's pretzel with pretzel inside.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is regularly voted one of the most
16 players now.
Looks after more than 1.
We're waiting for one more, yeah?
And can
Yeah.
operate in
Well, waiting on
500 locations
15.
nationwide.
I think a couple of them dropped out.
They're a big bank.
At ENS, you might not be able to visit our stores, but you can still get unbeatable savings. This month, save up to $500 on AEG washers and dryers. And if you buy them together, you can get an extra 10% off. That's a saving of up to $13.99.
We'll give you guys 30 seconds.
Jesse, could you mute your mic for us, please?
I'm leaving. Right, 10 seconds, guys. Last chance.
I think everyone's ready, so we move on.
I think we just had a few of them drop out. I think Chloe dropped.
Yeah. All right, we'll start off now.
Okay. The first question: Liverpool won Liverpool won the 2019 and 2020 Premier League, but who came second?
No.
So either Manchester United, Brighton, Chelsea, Manchester City.
Hi, Abdi.
Hi, how are you, man?
Good.
Big W.
Good.
Every day's a big day.
That's good.
Looking to repair dry, damaged hair without laying it down?
Hold on,
Pantene
Joel.
Daily Moisture Renewal Shampoo and Conditioner. Its silicone-free formula helps strengthen hair against daily stresses, ensuring lightweight smoothness. Try new Pantene.
This is not a normal adventure race. Mountains, jungles,
I clicked too early there.
Joel still on top.
Which team won the 2019 FIFA World Cup? New Zealand, England, USA, or the Netherlands?
All right.
Ella taking the lead. Leeds have been promoted to the Premier League. How many years did they spend in the second division? I've been taking this couple.
He's 17 years.
Finally, I got one.
All that cute country girl.
Go back on top.
Who scored?
This was only a few nights ago, guys.
Abdi, if you can read the questions out.
All right.
Want me to read the questions?
Yeah, I'll read it for you.
I can read them if you guys want because I'm in last place.
Right. How many time zones are there in Russia? It'd be 11, 13, 6, 9. Yeah, I guess that one. Joe's still on top. Which is Australia's third biggest population city? Brisbane. Okay, eighth question. How many countries border in Russia? Ninth question. Which is the longest commercial flight in the world?
Khalif's just messaged me that he's checking Google with, so it's not good.
My 10th question. What country's flag is this? Turkmen, Italy, Vietnam.
I so had this wrong.
At least next year. Well, you've been surrounded by people and a team of people since you was 15. So,
Oh, I actually got it.
Come on, Jesse.
COVID scan warning. How to protect your personal details when you sign in.
In 2000, it was in
What year was Toy Story released? It's 1 year older than me.
I know this one's wrong. 1995.
Twelfth question. Which movie was not based on a book?
Are you going at this, Sue? Are you going, Cara? Are you going what? Or Ines?
Not at all. You stumped me with the photo on that one. I just saw Harry Potter and clicked it. Michael, look at the fastest finger. Is Khalif still cheating?
Yeah, that's why it's going up. That's why it's
You
going
can
up
see
slowly.
you can see it's on fire. Right, 13th question. How many movies are currently in the Fast and Furious series?
Includes Hobbs and Shaw and all those.
Ooh, I guess that one.
I actually watched Hobbs and Shaw last
Khalif's
night.
up to
I
fourth
wasn't
spot.
sure that one.
Khalif, turn your camera on, please.
Yeah. Okay, wait. What country is Dwayne The Rock Johnson originally from?
If you're some
Samoa.
Okay.
over here.
Nah, I just said it now after thingy. I was reading the answer.
Everyone got that one.
It's a little bit delayed.
Khalif is already third spot now.
Now, Khalif, come on, man, stop cheating.
Okay, what is the correct spelling of this famous Lion King song? Hakuna Matata.
What a wonderful phrase.
I wouldn't know this because I still haven't seen The Lion King.
Oh, Chloe.
Are you serious?
Never seen it in my life.
Chloe, every time you tell people that, I get more and more disappointed in you.
That's like the prime Disney like song.
It's a staple for just growing up.
Yeah.
How many ways did Monkey spend at the #1 spot?
9.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one.
Jesse,
I'm
mute
gonna
your mic
guess.
for me, please. Don't shout the answers.
Yeah. Ooh.
16.
Okay.
Oh.
All the Star was a famous song from Shrek, but which band created it?
If you don't know the answer to this, shame on you.
So Chloe, you've seen Shrek.
Yes.
Had some sort of a childhood.
Hey now, you're an all-star.
Alright, which of these songs is not a World Cup song? This should be easy. Whoa. You could have fixed that one. Times of Life isn't it a World Cup song?
No, it's not. It's
It is.
no, it's called what was it called?
Times of Life is one of the World Cup songs, I reckon.
No, but it's a different name. It's not the actual
It's
name.
Pitbull, but it's a different name.
Who created this quiz?
Mr. Penny.
James.
Shame on all the Liverpool questions. What is
Oh,
this?
sorry.
Don't worry, James. I'll support you.
Thank you. Legend. Yeah, it's a bit of a stupid question, that one. Pretty much everyone knows that.
Yeah, who's the Liverpool supporter here?
George.
We've got Rob.
Die Hard.
We've got Nick. We've got Joel, Khalif, and Abdi. Last question, guys. Make it count.
If I get it wrong, it's Chloe's fault for distracting me with the Hakuna Matata.
Which of European has the same as Adam?
It's got to be North Queensland Fury.
Come on.
Surely.
Surely this one is right.
So multiple choice question, guys.
Yeah, you have to choose two questions. Two answers, I mean.
answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only right. 8 right.
I got it. I'm going to click on the other one.
All right. Let's see who the winners are.
In third place is
No.
Joel. Well done, Joel.
Good effort, Joel.
In
Thank
second
you,
place
Robbie.
is Robbie.
No worries, James. Did it for you, buddy.
And first
And
spot.
first
you.
place
Doing Cedar
is
Proud.
Nick. Well done, Nick.
Oh, come home on the
Proudly
last one.
sponsored by Google.
No, I did. Hey, man, we did it the other day.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did. That's
But I got all the same ones wrong, so
All right.
I couldn't remember half of them.
All right, I am now going to
well
hand Khalif. I believe we got someone special joining us right now.
Yeah.
If you want to pass off to.
All right, now tonight we got James Benny from Cedar College who's going to be interviewing our special guest tonight, Nick Baker. So I'm going to hand him.
Those two photos are a stitch up, aren't they?
I picked it for you, Nick.
Thank you, Blakey. Thank you very much. Hello to everybody. Thank you very much for having me. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks, Abdi. So tonight we've got a special guest. We've got the Melbourne City Director of Marketing, Nick Becker, on. So, Nick, just before we start into the questions, tell us a bit about yourself and what you're doing at the club.
Sure, thanks. James, are you going to be interviewing me for the whole piece?
Yes, and then afterwards I'll open up for some questions from everyone whoever likes to ask a question.
Fantastic, thank you. Nice to meet you, James. So yeah, I won't bore you with all of the details, but in a long story short, I was born in the UK, but then grew up in New Zealand, so I considered myself a Kiwi. Second favourite team behind Melbourne City would be the All Blacks, I'd say. As I said, grew up in NZ and then moved over to the UK, where I worked across sort of live events, music and sport, and landed a job at Manchester City in 2011-12, where I worked there as the head of events and saw enormous growth. The first year that I was there was the year that they won the league with the Aguero goal, which was 5 minutes into extra time. I'm sure if you like football, which no reason why you wouldn't if you're on this call, you know the goal I'm talking about. So that was my first taste of Manchester City in that season, and then I spent 5 years there, and then I came out here to Melbourne pretty much bang on 5 years ago now. LinkedIn just reminded me I celebrated my 5-year anniversary. And took up the role as marketing director for the club, and it's been a fantastic ride so far. Certainly, the most exciting part of it probably is last night and heading into Sunday's grand final, which is a momentous time for the club and something that everyone is really sort of pumped for. Certainly hope everybody on this call is as well.
Awesome, thank you. So moving into our first question now, what sort of made you start trying to find a career in the sports and recreation industry, and especially the marketing sector as such?
Sure. It's interesting. I've always had a slight entrepreneurial streak about me. I've always enjoyed. I set up my own businesses when I was a young man, when I was at university, and then straight out of it as well. And really got involved in that kind of live event industry. Was my first kind of taste of a proper job and full-time employment and a proper salary. And I enjoyed the buzz of a live event. I enjoyed the buzz of kind of, the build up to something that you hope you can plan everything for, but you know that there's some unexpected events bound to happen. The emotional side of it, the connection to whether it's either music or sport, the fans that are there, they're there to sort of have a moment of escapism and just really kind of lose himself in what's unfolding out in front of them and being part of that and being part of that. I've always been somebody who likes to be more behind the scenes than in front of it, and kind of taking a role as firstly head of events and then into the marketing side of things is a perfect place for that, right? It's you're able to kind of see everything from a different angle and be involved in understanding how it all unfolds, and you're kind of right in the heart of it without being the kind of center of attention as well, which is sort of what I like. And as I evolved my career and I continued to sort of study and learned a lot about marketing, did some sort of part-time learning whilst I was still full-time employed in my role, which is something that I'm really happy and really glad that I did, and something that if anybody is starting out in their careers and thinking about it, remember this one kind of, if you remember anything, just remember this. It's you've probably studied and you're about to embark on a full-time career, or you're still studying now. don't stop your education when you start a new job. Continue to learn, continue to seek out new things and interesting things that interest you. Follow that route and kind of find out as much as you can about it. And if and where you can, take a little course, take a mini course, or do something like that.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's great. So, moving on to our second question now, was there someone or something that really inspired you to take this pathway into the marketing and the sports and recreation industry?
There's probably not. Well, actually, if I'm totally honest with you all, I would have loved to have been the lead singer of a band, but I'm both tone deaf and have no rhythm. So that was never going to happen. So I kind of thought, I'm massively into my music. I used to love going to live gigs, and I used to just love that whole kind of side of things. So I sort of quickly did realize I wasn't going to be a superstar, a rock star, and I thought, well, what else can I do in this world, and let's see where it takes me. And so I started actually doing promoting events and touring bands and DJs in New Zealand, and then I headed over to London to try to sort of see how I'd get on a much bigger stage.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. So obviously now at Melbourne City, you have a leadership role in 4 very diverse departments of the club. So how do you manage that? And yeah, can you just talk about that a bit?
Sure. Yeah. It's always it's a challenging job, especially in a COVID environment when you can't actually. I like to be able to sit down in a room with people or talk face to face, and having to do everything on a video calls. I get to the end of the day and I'm just like, I've done a lot of hours in front of the screen today, which is something that I've had to adapt to. I think working across, having different teams with different responsibilities is an exciting challenge to have, and managing different types of people as well is always really fascinating. I think there's no easy solution or one size fits all for anything when it comes to management and managing people. And I try to adapt as best I can. I try to work with the people I have around me, and I kind of try to be as honest, open, and transparent as I can be as well. And I think those are the key things. If you're like that to the people around you, you hope that they're going to do the same back to you, and that's got to be a key part of kind of management. The other part is just making sure that everybody knows which direction they're going in and why. So really understanding what are the objectives of the club, and what's everyone's role in it is really important. Yeah, that's kind of, I guess, the top line, the key stuff.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. So we sort of touched on this earlier with the lead singer thing, but we've got here, is there anything you wanted to do earlier in life, such as a different pathway into a different career or a different industry?
There's, if anybody's spent time with me outside of work, they probably have heard me bore them to death with stories about me playing water polo and swimming. I love swimming. I'm reasonably good at it, but I also play a sport called water polo as well. And I did think, could I make a serious crack at this, and played at kind of quite a senior level in New Zealand, but there just wasn't the infrastructure there to kind of go beyond a sort of school or under 20 level. And so I kind of never made it in my sporting kind of aspirations of going to something like an Olympics or something like that. But interestingly, I had a couple of friends I know, and one of them who's still here, I recently met up with again in Melbourne, who did go to an Olympics, swam for New Zealand, and that I'm slightly jealous about that. But yeah, other than my very much a dream of never going to happen being a rock star, that those are the two things, I guess, that I dreamt about.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. So now our final question before we go to other young leaders questions is what is some advice that you'd give to some young leaders? Because obviously we've got lots of young leaders and CETA students and people who want to pursue careers within the sport and recreation industry. So what is some advice that you'd give to young leaders and people who want to get into the sport and rec industry?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think first and foremost, what you're doing now is a massive congratulations and well done to you, being able to show the initiative and have the ambition to put your hand up and say, I want to be part of something, and what's the way that I can do that. I think there's definitely the Young Leader Program, something that I'm really, really proud of, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity, especially when you've got such a range of talented people who have so much experience within both the community team, but broadly within the club as well. And my advice is seek out as much as you can from that. Talk to as many people as you can. Find out what other roles there are. Ask to have, you don't have to sort of grab someone for an hour and sit down and find out everything. Ask to have a coffee for 15 minutes with somebody and find out if you're interested in what they do. I'm sure all of the people I work with at Melbourne City are all great people, and they're all going to have 15 minutes for somebody who's young and interested and enthusiastic about working in the club. And I think that would be my probably the most important piece of advice at an initial start, is actually just getting out and meeting people and finding out exactly what they do. Don't get sort of hung up on, I definitely want to do this. I mean, have a clear direction of where you want to go, but also find out, because whenever you're new into any kind of industry, the best thing is to stick your head up and learn and look and listen. The other bit is, don't be despondent because of the COVID piece and the period that we're going through now. It's a really tough time for the industry. It's a really tough time probably to get into a starting position in sport. But if you really want to and you really love the idea and it's what you want to do, just keep going and don't give up, because we'll get out of this. Some sort of normal will return, whatever it is. We know that people will still want to be entertained. So sport, live music, all of those things will continue to exist in some way, shape, or form. So don't give up. Stay involved. And I take my hat off to you all for taking part in being young leaders. It's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's some great advice for everyone here, including myself. I opened it up for some questions from everyone else in the chat. We've got one that was typed in here by Jesse. He says, my question is, what school did you go to and what was your favourite subject while you're at school?
So I went to a school called Auckland Boys Grammar, which is in Auckland, obviously. The name gives it away. And it was a fantastic school, all boys, which slightly did my head in, because there's a lot of kind of young testosterone running around there, but a good sporting school, good academic school, 2,000 boys all crammed into one space, which was kind of crazy. My favorite subject consistently would have been geography. I was just really good at it, and geography and history were my two favorites. But yeah, I always used to nail my geography exam with doing the least amount of study for it. So it probably sits up there as my favorite subject.
Yeah, nice. Thank you. So now we'll get some questions from other people on Zoom call. Just feel free to pop in and ask your question.
Sure.
Hi, Nick. It's Blakey here.
Blakey, can I just take a moment, Blakey, to say what an exceptional intervention it was having you on City Live on last night. God, it feels like an age away now already.
Yeah,
you were fantastic, and I loved how happy you were at the end when we came to you.
Thanks, Nick. The question I actually asked of you during the summit earlier this year. Again, congratulations on the newborn again.
Thank
how
you.
was it juggling him and also work at the same time, just for the young leaders?
You're all way too young to start thinking about kids. So my advice is just don't have kids for as long as you can. They're the most amazing thing in the world, but they are just like quite full on. So both myself and my wife are full time, and we're all at home, and we have little Wilder, and it sounds, which is lovely, but he is definitely quite demanding of time and energy, and so what we've kind of worked out a few tactics of how to keep him quiet. He's probably eating far too much carbohydrates, Blakey. We give him a lot of bread, sort of maybe a few other things just to keep him quiet, but he quickly gets bored of that and comes to our attention. And he's also now got the expectation of having myself and Damaris at his beck and call at any time of the day, all day, every day. So, I mean, the kid's super entitled now.
So it's sort of like a ringing of the bell kind of thing, saying, I'm
Yeah.
ready to be now. Yeah.
He's actually got a rattle, but it's the bell analogy is perfect, mate.
And one final thing I just want to add, I have heard you sing at a Christmas party, Wonderwall. Best rendition of Wonderwall, mate. So don't let yourself.
Blake, you're absolutely lying to your teeth. I thank you for that. That's very kind.
Okay, guys. Anyone else got any questions for Nick?
I was just gonna ask, what did you study at university, or did you just go straight into sort of the event stuff?
No, I did English and history at Auckland Uni in New Zealand. Yeah, and it's probably it's a degree that has done absolutely zero for my career.
Yeah,
it has no relevance to it at all. But it was a great couple of it was a great time of my life. But at the same time, when I was at uni, I started my own business, which was the touring of DJs originally, and then it kind of grew a little bit, and that kind of really took a lot of my time and attention, you might say.
Yeah.
Did you get offered the chance to go to TAFE, or did you go to uni just like straight away?
So I'm two things. One, I'm a lot older than you, and sort of TAFE style of schooling didn't exist when I was kind of finishing up my school. I'm in my 40s now, but I was also in New Zealand, so we had there was a similar sort of program, but no, I went straight to uni.
Hey Nick, when you, especially now that you're working in Melbourne City, what are some of the skills that you think that you have to like keep on improving on, even now, even working in Melbourne City?
I would say there's loads. I think the kind of piece that we do as a broad team is everything that's kind of connected to the fans, right? So we're club to fan effectively, with the community team, with the marketing team, with the retail team, with the content and comms team. Everything is about our engagement with the fan, and I think you've got to look at how either technology is evolving, how your fans are sort of responding to your tone of voice, how you're sort of talking to them, and what are the new tools that can help with those sides of things. Looking at e-commerce and retail, like we've got so many things that we constantly want to improve. There's some things that we know we can do so much better, but sometimes it's just a challenge with resource, or either time, people, or money. But I think if I sat here and said there's nothing that we should learn on or try and improve, that would be ridiculous, because I think the one thing to stay either in front of competitors or kind of grow, which is what we want to do. You have to be constantly looking at what new technology is offering, what new innovations are out there, and keep an eye on your competitors as well, and seeing what they're doing. And if they're doing something good, pitch the idea and rebadge it as your own.
Thank you.
No worries.
Hi Nick, just coming back to your experience with kicking off your business during university, would you say that let's say having this entrepreneurial mindset kind of still helped you throughout your professional career, as it's not a own business anymore, but I don't know, maybe coming up with ideas faster, or you can whatever.
Yeah.
Getting over things quicker or something, just thinking about that.
Yeah, I think it kind of helps. I think in two ways. One, it gives you the kind of skills and mindset to be the person who can deliver. So you actually want to get things done, and I think there are a lot of there's different kind of. The fantastic thing is you work with so many different people, and no one's skills are better than the others. But there's totally different mindsets. Of some people like are mass procrastinators, others that get things done. You know, like and I think if you've got that entrepreneurial sort of spirit within you, and you don't have to set your own business up to have it. It can help you drive through an organisation as well. You want to kind of see your achievements, and you kind of want to move on. Now that does create its own little sort of cons as well as the pros, for sure. Like sometimes you kind of attention to detail might not be as good as others or things like that, but it definitely drives you forward. The other part of it is it kind of makes you stop and look around at what others are doing and how you can kind of either change your way to kind of adapt to the changing market, or see an opportunity and a gap that can help the organisation as well. So you kind of, I think those are the two kind of key bits. You want to drive change. You want to drive and continue to change. You're not afraid of change, and also you're looking around at where the kind of you're trying to look around corners basically.
Cool. Would you maybe considering starting a business later on again or something like that?
Never say never, right? I don't know. I kind of every possibility.
Okay.
Do you want a job?
Before I move on? Sorry. Any more questions? Thanks to Nick for joining us tonight. We appreciate it a lot. So
Yeah,
now
thank you, Nick, so much.
Yeah.
Pleasure,
So
no.
now,
Good to meet you all. Can I get invited to the quiz next time as well? I didn't realise you're doing a quiz.
Yeah,
You do have another one after this, so you can join in with this if you want.
Excellent. Well, no, I might leave you to it, Blakey. I'm gonna get off and get some emails done, to be honest.
Next time we have one of these, we'll get you on for the quiz. All right.
Do that, mate. All right. And hey, everyone, enjoy Sunday's grand final. It's a momentous occasion for the club, and just enjoy the whole moment of it. I hope you all tune into City Live beforehand and afterwards as well, and sort of just this is what we all do our work for. This is why we get involved, and it's a really exciting time. So sit back and take time to enjoy it.
You enjoy your little Prince Charming.
Thank you very much. He's a little legend.
Can't wait to see you in that jacket and sunglasses again, mate.
Excellent. All right.
Thanks, Nick.
See you guys. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Now we're gonna move on to the questions. Can everyone please get a pen and paper ready? Before we start,
I am going to be requiring everyone to turn on their cameras so I can see if anyone's cheating. That goes for you too, Khalif.
What's happening? I missed that whole bit.
We're going to be doing a quiz in a minute, Jesse.
Okay, thank you.
Blakey, I'm keeping my camera off, but I'm not doing the quiz. I'm not cheating. I'm just still working, but I'm
Okay,
listening.
Okay, Lauren. I trust
Don't
you.
accuse me of cheating.
I trust you, Lauren.
I promise.
Carol, where's your camera?
How many gab is on tonight?
My camera is on. That's my issue, Blakey. Look.
Come on, Amelia.
All right, over here.
all right.
Guys, no pressure to turn it on. It's all right.
I'll show you.
All right, the question can be multiple choice. All right, first question: in which US state would you find Mount Rushmore? If you don't know the answer, just you can guess. You've got 1 minute to answer the question, and then we'll move on.
Mount Rushmore's got all those presidents' heads, the 4 presidents of America, the founding fathers. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lauren.
Say it again.
It's where the founding fathers are.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that giant waterfall. Grant.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Jesse. Jesse, could you mute your mic just because of the background noise?
Oh, yes, I was.
Thank you.
Second question. What's the Earth's largest ocean by surface size? Got 1 minute to answer the question. Third question. Which city sinks 4 to 6 inches each year because it's built on a lake? Fourth question. Which A-League club has the most all-time wins in the A-League? Fifth question. Which A-League club won the 2018 and 2019 season? Sixth question. Which W League club won the 2019 and 2020 season? Seventh question. The population of Earth could all fit into which famous US state?
Go to the next one. Sorry, guys.
All right. Question.
So that was the wrong question, guys. So we're up to actually number 10.
Number 10.
Okay, who's the captain of Melbourne City?
I'm the captain.
No, I'm the captain now.
Yeah, you have
I was
problem?
telling you what to do in the program. What do you mean?
I'm the captain. That's it.
All right, 11th question. Which club won 2019 and 2020 Premier League? Question 12. What club does Aaron Moy play for? Question 13. When was Melbourne City Marble Heart founded?
I believe that's the last one, Abraham.
It is, yes.
It is. Back to the top we go. All right, who believes who got everything right? Abraham, you got to send me the questions for some answers for some of them. Thank you. All right. I am going to ask a few people during this to tell me what it is. Okay. So number one, Joel.
I'm not too sure about this one. So maybe South Dakota, maybe.
That is correct, Joel.
Oh, fluke.
The answer is South Dakota. Question number two. What is the Earth's largest ocean by surface size? Jesse?
I put Atlantic.
Okay, Chloe? Chloe, you muted?
Pacific.
That is correct, Chloe. The answer is B, Pacific Ocean. And question number 3. Which city sinks 4 to 6 inches each year because it's built on a lake? I am going to ask Ella.
I put down Mexico City.
You are correct. And question number 4, which A-League club has the most all-time wins in the A-League? And I am going to pass this one off to Robert.
Melbourne Victory.
Nope, the answer is
that's
Sydney
Sydney.
FC with 165 wins. Question number 5, which A-League club won the 2018-19 season? Khalif?
Hello?
Hi, Khalif. What's the answer to number 5?
Yeah, should be Sydney, eh?
Yeah, it is Sydney. Well done, correct. I'm going to ask Cara Mustard to answer this. The next one, number 6. Which W League club won the 2019-20 season?
It was us.
Correct. It was the Melbourne City Women. And just a little fact, Sydney FC media team did put out a tweet earlier this year saying Sydney FC will be the first team to lift silverware post COVID-19 lockdown, which is a lie. The Melbourne City Women's did at this in front of the AAMI Park. Next question, please, Abraham. Question number 7. The population of Earth could fit all into which famous state? Safety first. I actually don't know your name, sorry, mate.
Abu Bakr.
Abu Bakr. What's the answer?
I didn't hear that. What was?
The population of Earth could all fit into which famous state? A, B, or C?
C.
The answer is actually A, Texas. Question number 8. Oh. Do we skip 8? Do we? 8 and 9 are the same questions from before. So
Yeah, that's from before, yeah.
that's my bad. Who is the captain of Melbourne City FC? Rob Bell?
I think we skipped a question, didn't we?
8 and 9 were
No, it's up to this one. We made an error.
Yeah. So number 10, who is the captain of Melbourne City FC?
I put C, but I wasn't really sure.
You are correct. It is Scott Jemison, who has just recently had a baby boy with his partner. Question number 11, which club won the 2019-2020 Premier League? George, are you there? I don't think he...
I'm awake.
Hi,
What's up?
George. Who won the Premier League?
I've got Mary Poppins in the background with the kids. But what was the question?
Which club won the 2019-2020 Premier League?
Oh, well, it would have to be the almighty You'll Never Walk Alone Reds. Liverpool.
That is correct. The answer is B, Liverpool. Well done, George. Who else can I... let's have a look down the screen. Amelia, what club does Aaron Moy play for? Amelia, you there?
She's typed it. She said A.
A is correct. Brighton is correct. Well done. And the final question is, when was Melbourne City / Melbourne Heart founded? Lauren?
Wait, are we on what question? Sorry.
Number 13. When was Melbourne City Melbourne Heart founded?
2010.
That is correct. Our debut season was.
Wait, Blake.
Yes.
So when you play FIFA and that, it doesn't come up with Melbourne City, so you should always pick like Melbourne Heart if you want to support this.
Yeah, so back in the old days, we were Melbourne Heart. So when we first started, we were Melbourne Heart.
Okay.
So we're now Melbourne City. Okay, who got 13 out of 13?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Take 3 points from Khalif because he did the first 3 questions.
All right.
Did the first 4 questions.
Actually, there wasn't 13. There was 2 missing. So who got 11 out of 11? Sorry. 10 out of 11?
Yeah, I got 10 out of 11.
Abdi,
I
you
got 10 out
were
of
ready
11.
to question. Who got 10 out of 11? Sorry.
Me.
Khalif?
Yeah.
Abraham? Anyone else who got 10 out of 11?
Yeah, Joel, I think. Oh, no, Joel got some.
Joel, what'd you get?
Oh man, I got 9.
9?
Not bad though. I'll take it.
Bad.
Not bad.
So I declared the winner of the quiz as Khalif, even though he did the first 4 questions. So
Yeah.
I am taking 4 points off you, mate. So that is not a void. So Joel, I believe you have 9.
Yeah, that's a load of crap though if I win.
Watch your language, please. Anyone else beat 9?
I tied on 9.
Yeah, Cara, you have it. You have it. You have the win.
Yay! Another one a quiz.
Hang on, she is a staff member, so she is disqualified. No, I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Cara. I want to thank, on behalf of Melbourne City in the community, for joining us tonight. Abraham, Cara, Lauren, George, you got anything to say?
Well done, everyone. I thought you did a brilliant job. To all the quiz masters, the panelists, to everyone who was on, it was awesome. It was great having Nick. Well done, Abraham, for organising. Let's get the win on Sunday and, celebrate hard on Monday with Player of the Year award.
Thank you, guys. Come on, City.
Come on, City. And make sure you're watching from 6 o'clock on Sunday night on Facebook and YouTube. Yes, Abraham.
Yeah, I'd like to say one thing as well. Well done. Thanks to everyone for all your work that you've done in the last month in raising $1,050 US dollars as well. So once that gets converted, obviously it'll be a bit higher and it'll be doubled. So well done to everyone who's done the push-ups, Joel for doing 15 push-ups, Abdi for doing the juggles, and everybody else as well for participating. So
Blake?
What did I do?
As well for buying everything alongside Michael Ong in the and doing the
podcast.
Sweep. He's clean sweep this.
Yo, Blake.
Yes, Jesse.
What YouTube channel do I go to watch it?
So it will be on the Melbourne City YouTube channel.
So this one, like this Melbourne City or the actual football?
The actual Melbourne City one, not CRTC.
Okay.
Or Jesse.
We should
also
send
on
out